Please,
All
guys, we are
right.
back. We are back with a bang. Are we back with a bang?
I don't know, man. I'm sleepy.
Yeah. We've been busy for the past couple of weeks, so yeah, sorry about that.
Yesterday was the only day that I was able to get proper 8 hours sleep, and then I was able to sleep during the day also because I have only been sleeping 4 or 5 hours a day for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah. At least I've been getting 8 hours of sleep. So there.
Uh,
Yeah. See, this
Good to
is what
hear.
happens when you don't use AI, guys. Like you can get a quality sleep.
Sleep well. All right. So what are we discussing today?
So, chat, we have some things to show you guys and some news for you guys. Not our like personal things, but what happened in the AI space and the tech space. But yeah, so Chat, do you have anything to add? Or did I miss
Mm,
anything?
I can repeat what you said. No, yes, we have. So we figured out that a lot of people. I mean, I don't know if it's a lot of people, but I see unnecessary amount of LinkedIn posts about how this platform does that and that
Oh yeah,
platform does this, and then they're like, ID is dead. Swear to God,
yeah.
man, I got
And
so fucking
software
pissed.
and software engineers are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bro, I'm alive. The fuck?
yeah.
but
I'm alive,
but
but he's getting 4 to 5 hours sleep, but still
uh,
alive. Yeah,
trying to keep up with the fucking AI stuff.
yeah,
No, honestly, recently I saw a LinkedIn post about some IDs dead, and then but I first of all I hate clickbait shit,
yeah.
but still we'll probably do clickbait shit for our content also. But
Yeah,
but I'm still gonna call out
yeah,
clickbait shit,
yeah.
right? And on LinkedIn there was this thing where ID is dead and all that stuff, and I just reposted the same post saying, okay, ID
Yeah.
is not dead, it's still relevant, and I explained the entire post that bugger has put. It's just some business analyst or some guy who has used the platform, and it's all about
Yeah,
shit.
it's always these people who does not understand code, right? Like it's so funny.
Honestly, actually, I have a really good. So very recently, one of my uh, CTOs, a mentor, I would say, sent me a TED talk. It's called, and then it explains the candle problem, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about the entire thing right now. I will actually link the video down if we can. If not, just Google candle problem TED talk.
No, I think
Uh,
we can link the problem.
but
Like
I don't
just
know. I
put
don't
it in
know.
the YouTube
I don't
description.
know.
No, no, I'll help you figure it out.
I'm not the tech guy. so, um, so on that, it explains basically how incentive versus instinct. No, wait. I need to pronounce that word correct. Hold on.
Yeah.
Instinctive. Yeah, it's the candle problem is basically. I'm not going to explain what the problem is. It's for you guys to go check it out. It just basically shows you the idea behind incentive and instrict. Fuck! How am I?
See?
Intrinsic drive basically. So it's incentive, instinctive. Very basic layman terms is basically if you give an incentive to do something, how you would react to it, basic or on top or on a very instructive way where you tell, hey, you'll if you guys finish this task within this much of time, you will be setting the standard average time for this task, which means something that will be followed through around like a lot of people, which means that you have influence over people on how the output of the work that you do versus you will get $1,000 for what you do or something like that, right? So when they did this experiment, the output was the people with instinctive drive was more, they were giving more better output than the incentive people. So basically money over status or stand, no, not status, no, not this, money over your own self worth, I would say.
Yeah.
So when you give those two things, this won. But right now in the world, you see this winning, right? People who get paid higher on higher positions does better stuff or does good job, or they're like really really shitty managers or something, and they get other people to do their work, and everyone else down there just hates the fuck out of that person on top, right? All of this is because of a part of the problem is that right? So when we take a step back onto what we are discussing on this, is that the idea is that we don't bring science and the products that we we don't bring science and product together when we work or when we do build products, I would say. It's very, you see that on very, very fewer products. So the output of that shit is like output of products right now are not that great, and that's what we're discussing on this call as well, right? Sorry, on this podcast, is basically the idea of what has actual throughput and what doesn't, and this is honestly, for some people they might think this product or this platform has actual value for you, but given that we use these platforms day to day for various things and we know what is happening under the hood, we are here to bring you the nitty gritties and the tiniest details possible for you to do your evaluations.
Yes,
Over to
and
you.
I don't have any explanations, guys. So I feel like Chara's explanation is more than enough. So
Guys, I only watch one TikTok.
yeah, and he's gonna speak about it for the rest of his life. But yeah, so
If not, what
yeah.
am I? All right, Vasan, you wanna do a recap on what happened in the tech world
Okay,
recently?
so yeah, what happened? So in our first video, we showed you guys Cursor and Windsurf, right? So both folks of Visual Studio Code, and both are AI agent platforms. You can basically, it's better than GitHub Copilot, I would say. And so yeah, I feel like people are familiar with it. And so OpenAI is buying Windsurf for $3 billion. That's with a capital B, 3 billion. So yeah, and Cursor recently did another evaluation, and it's evaluated at $9 billion, and that's also with a capital B. So I don't know, but because both of those products are forks of VS Code. I mean, those are not real products, right? Like, I don't know how the hell did we come up to this valuation, like 9 billion and 3 billion. It's an absurd amount of money, right? So
I mean, that's the whole point, right? So, I mean, OpenAI. See, Windsurf was not valued at 3 billion, right? OpenAI went and value it at 3 billion.
at 3 billion, yeah.
I mean, there was a market for this, which was around a billion, yes, I would say. But OpenAI just did a huge like a dick measuring move, and then they were like, "Hey guys, 3 billion," right? And then Cursor was like, "Holy shit, we are worth more than 3 billion," because Cursor believes, and I also believe, is something that is better than Windsurf. I'm a Cursor fanboy, but in this case, I'm going to be unbiased and think about both ends. And of course, both products serve the same purpose. Different UI UX, of course, different way of using it as well. And OpenAI valued Windsurf at 3 billion, and then Cursor went and they did the evaluation before that, I guess. So I'm not quite sure, but 9 billion, right? So which means this market is now valued at 9 billion. So
Yeah.
and
it's a wrapper, right?
so that's the thing. That's
now
a product.
everything is a wrapper of a wrapper. Like it's crazy to say it out loud.
Nothing
It's a
original
wrapper.
about that.
Yeah.
It's like Disney taking like old movies and like putting unnecessary amount of diversity into it and then remaking it and
Oh, are we
flopping
gonna
it,
get
right?
there? That's my favorite topic.
No, but that's what's happening, right? Like,
Yeah.
the general public did not like that amount of diversity that they did. They completely butchered the original characters. That happened.
Yeah.
Not that it didn't, right? And because of that, then they're taking and they're. Wait, why are we talking about this? What the fuck is happening in our podcast? Okay, so they're doing that is equal to unequal is that
Yeah.
basically people are. I mean, VS Code was the underlying architecture. It's open source platform, open license. So they take it, they rebuild it, they may commercialize it, they can do whatever the hell they want. And this product is what is valued at 3 billion, right? Windsurf is valued at 3 billion. Cursor is valued at 9 billion, according to. Is it according to them, or did someone did the valuation?
I don't know. And because of all this motion that is happening,
They did.
VS Code also introduced agents to its coding code editor. So previously, VS Code didn't have any agents. It only had GitHub Copilot, which sucks. By the way, I have never gotten a proper autocompletes. I have gotten, but not like Windsurf or Cursor, right? Like those tools are really powerful. So
Yeah.
now VS Code has introduced agents, and because of that, they have actually cut off Windsurf and Cursor from some of the functionality of the VS Code platform. And for an example, extensions. So yeah, it has been a dogfight in the code editor department for the past few weeks.
So GitHub Copilot compared to Codium, not that. GitHub Copilot, okay, I can't find a valuation for GitHub Copilot. It's basically Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah.
But okay, couldn't find one. But yeah, I mean, the it's kind of fucking stupid, right? No one's doing anything original. Right.
Yeah,
And then
it's
getting valued 9 billion, 3 billion. Not that we are not using it, not that I'm gaining 100% out of it, but
yeah. I
it's
mean,
just,
we are using it, but VS Code can shut them down anytime they want, right? So it's
I mean, open source, you can't.
yeah,
Yeah.
true,
But for a certain extent, you can.
yeah, you can. That's what I meant. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But then again, um, wait, is Windsurf also a fork of VS Code?
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Everything is a wrapper. Everything is a wrapper, and also the parent product is also a wrapper of something else. So it's wrapper of a wrapper. So
I mean, so, okay, so OpenAI gives an offer. Basically, does Open announces it that 3 billion acquisition of Codium company, which is Windsurf, and then Cursor is valued at 9 billion, and then VS Code kind of like basically Copilot, GitHub Copilot starts sweating, releases something called agent mode, chat, and basically they're releasing everything that Cursor and Windsurf is doing, and they're
Windsurf
just
is
putting
doing,
it
yeah.
into Copilot and releasing it. Copilot was initially you have to pay for Copilot,
Yeah.
and then someone at the marketing team was like, guys, other people are giving it for free. We have so much money, just give it for free.
And yeah, and also
did
the
it.
Codium team, before they started working on Windsurf, they actually had another Copilot tool, which is similar to GitHub Copilot, but
What is that?
I can't remember the name of it, but if you go to their site, you can see.
Codium.
Yeah.
I don't even
So
think I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
All right. So now our person does that research. It's ideally we are just thinking on the tangent of now these guys are now releasing back to back, right? Now VS Code IDs and all these things. And then we have something called Firebase Studio that got released, right? Which is a direct competitor for Replit, for Lovable, for I don't know whether it's for V0 because I stopped using V0 after a long time. After some time,
I
because it
don't
kind of
use
gave me.
any of those.
Yeah, I mean,
I use this and
I
this.
use like a bunch of AI tools just to see how it works. And I mean, just so you know that what the only AI thing that I use day to day is Cursor. And I use that for Google search. I use that for like writing simple piece of codes. I use that for cleaning up the code. Sometimes I just write really bad code because I'm lazy. I'm just like inline CSS to whatever, and then methods everywhere. I put business logic into the same thing. The algorithm, the business logic, even the simple logic, everything is in the same file, and it's every fucking where, right? And then sometimes I even put code blocks that are supposed to be in other files in the same file. And this is about like 8,000 lines of code in one line. And then I just ask Cursor to, hey, put this into the proper places, properly, offload the methods into proper places, write proper names, hierarchy, file hierarchy, do all the stuff. I actually have a preset of instructions on a prompt on how to clean up the code after I write. So it's kind of catered to me, and then I do that, and then I run an evaluation run also, basically to see if any part of the code changed from the original file, and that's it. That made my life easier. So it's, again, that's a throughput for me. That's like an actual value outcome for me, and that's what we were here to discuss, right? What has actual value outcome? And recently, even Pasan actually fell in love with this tool, which is called Firebase Studio, right? Right? He hits me up in the middle of the night. He was like, "There's this tool called Firebase Studio. We have to do this. We do a video on this. We have to evaluate it." I was like, "Yeah, of course. It's fucking good, yeah."
Yeah. And before we jump into that, I just want to add some more things regarding the OpenAI and Windsurf acquisition, because so OpenAI has been trying to play catch up with Gemini 2.5 and Claude 3.7, right? Because both
Yeah.
of those models are way better at coding than ChatGPT.
Huge context windows also.
Yeah, a huge context window. So when OpenAI acquires Windsurf, it's gonna significantly increase the quality of OpenAI LLMs, because they can feed all the code into their LLMs as training data. So it's gonna help them generate better output, right? So it's a
Steal
huge,
our code.
yeah, still our code. Basically, that's what's happening. I mean, even Charna, I'm sure he didn't read the user agreements, but that's what happens, right? So, but it's like so that's what they're actually planning to do, I guess. But yeah.
I mean, I use my products in Europe, and Europe is very particular about their data policies. And there's a thing called AI ethics that is coming up. I don't know if they implemented it already. If they did, I have a lot of products that I need to change. But um, they follow a lot of good protocols for data security. So I guess I'm safe. But yeah, like you said, like they're trying to catch up. I mean, on the same note, I use GPT 4.1 more often than Claude 3.7.
That's actually been really good, right? And it's only available via API, but
Yeah.
it has been giving us good results. So I use that as well. But, yeah. All right.
You said you don't use AI stuff.
No, I use it.
No, done. Kalas.
Guys.
Outed.
Cuffs.
Outed. Fucking lying. All right. Let's get to the topic, because
let's jump in. So yeah.
okay, but we are gonna do a different format this time, right? So it's not gonna be do one application, we both talk about it. No, none of that shit. We're gonna do both at the same time. We're gonna speed run this. We're gonna see who finishes first. And Pasan, you wanna tell what we are building?
Yeah. So today we are gonna build use Lovable and Firebase Studio to build what do you call an event planning app, or is it an event planning app? Yeah, it's an event planning app. So if I look at this side, so I have another monitor here, so I'm looking at that. So yeah, there's a small flex, maybe. No, but yeah, we are gonna build an event planning app, and we are gonna try Firebase Studio and Lovable to build those things. So yeah, let's jump into it. Yeah. So we have Firebase Studio and Lovable here. So I feel like some people might be familiar with Lovable, but not Firebase Studio. But let's look at the Firebase Studio. This is the landing page. And for whatever reason, this does not look like a normal Google product, because Google, but Google, Charan is making some faces at me, but yeah. So for whatever reason, this does not look like a Google product, right? Because Google products have always been UI, it's a bit similar, right? Like, but this, look at this animation and everything. It looks nice. It does not look like a Google product. So
looks Gen Z.
Yeah, looks Gen Z. Yes, exactly. Looks very Gen Z. But yeah, and this is Lovable. And let's jump into this. Try Firebase. So disclaimer, I have used this previously as well. You can see I have two things. So before we actually trying out a prompt, let me just say, so the advantages of Firebase is that you can actually connect your existing GitHub repos to Firebase Studio, and that way you don't always need to have your laptop with you. If you want to code, you can actually jump into Firebase Studio and start like code using their web ID, right? Like for me, that's a huge plus. What do you think, Chan? Because whenever I'm going somewhere, I always have to bring my laptop, right? It doesn't matter even if you have an iPad, you can't really do code changes or anything like that because you always need a MacBook where you have to run like yarn commands, npm commands, do all those kind of things. So this is from the get go. This is a huge plus for me, even though the product is a little bit clunky. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like the main thing with these products is that you won't be able to flex your MacBook in public anymore because then you have to probably flex your iPad in public with ID on it. But I mean, yeah, it's just we use MacBooks because we need a Unix-based system to run all of our applications, to run our servers, and so on, so on. Even when we are doing mobile development, having a Windows
And
laptop
whenever
is
we
not
go
going to
to a
work. Right?
barista to flex.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that's point one, no? So when you go to a cafe, it's about opening the MacBook and the AirPods and all this shit. So, but this is really cool because Replit. I don't know if you heard. There's a product called Replit that started this 3 years ago. I mean, way before that, I guess. But they started this whole scene like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, they had this. They had building stuff with AI and all this stuff, right? Of course, we are not going to compare Replit today because Replit has more functionality, more depth to their product, and the output of that is different to what Lovable and Firebase is giving, right? It's I would say Replit has the Firebase Studio Lovable, what they're offering in their platform, like baked into it, and they have other things. So it's more of an enterprise product. We'll discuss some other day. But yeah, let's start with this. So we're going to use the same prompt for both platforms, right?
Yeah. So let's say
how it's going to give.
we want to create an event planning application. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. What is a prototype with AI? Oh, okay, that's basically hit enter, no?
Yeah. And look at the UI. Like this does not look like a normal Google product, right? Like
yeah.
Look at the input.
Submit.
Look at the input focus animation. See, looks so nice.
Oh yeah.
Looks very Gen Z.
Is this the new material UI? No, right?
I don't know. To create an event planning application.
That's not material. That looks shit.
With user.
No, why don't we do some prompt engineering as well? Why don't we just go put this, right? Let's go put this into Claude. We let you 3.7 to generate a very good prompt. Let's do that. Let's actually show how we use 100 or 10 platforms to get one thing done.
Press it.
No, you're on the docs.
Yeah, that's what happens when you.
No, click on that. Click on the first link.
Yeah.
And right side up. Go to Claude AI. Top all the way up. All the way up.
Yeah.
All right. That will sign up. I really like Claude's design. It's simple. It's unique.
Yeah. So how do we?
Just actually click on the feather icon, the one with the ink pen. Exploratory. Yeah. There we go. Just say that you want a prompt to feed into a LLM. No, don't say LLM. Feed into an AI, and then
to generate an app.
No, not an app. So generate. I'm going to generate. So let's do this actually. Event planning application with authentication. Now let's put bullet points. Use below bullet points as reference to generate the prompt.
Below points as reference
to generate prompts.
Okay, so we have this prompt. We are just gonna feed this to Claude and ask it to generate us a proper prompt. Then we can go into Firebase Studio and Lovable and ask it to generate. So yeah. Let's click here. Let's see.
Can't see. Can you zoom? Maybe let the artifact generate. Can you zoom?
Okay.
I will go through this. Implement all user Firebase logins. Scroll up.
Yeah.
Email verification, user profile management, sequestration management. Oh, okay. Upload data handling and makes sense. Entire location able to upload. Oh, images and cover photos. That'll be really interesting on how the fuck they do the backend on this.
Yeah.
Firebase storage is gonna be a B. Go into security and privacy.
Play proper authentication flows and token handling, set appropriate database security rules. I'm really interested to see how they're gonna do this part because most LLMs, they can only do front end work, right? Like when it comes to back end, they struggle quite a lot. So
yeah, I'm also interested now. Not that I was not earlier.
So
but,
let's copy this. I don't know if we can put this much. Ooh, that's a lot. But yeah.
All right. Wait. You can't give Firebase auth for Lovable. You need to get a new one generated from Claude with Supabase. I think Lovable is doing Supabase, right?
Okay, then let's ask you create
just swap that. Okay, same stuff. It's just with Supabase.
Yeah.
So
let's just copy this.
Right.
Go back here and paste it, and let's. Okay. Should we just do this? Okay. 1, 2, 3, done, and done. Let's see. Oh. Okay.
Both have the same. They have thinking, and probably
so
Lovable also have thinking.
So in Firebase Studio, it first gives you like
you need to zoom in a bit. Sorry for cutting you off.
So in Firebase Studio, before it actually starts creating the app, it gives you like the blueprint for the app, right? Like the color schemes and everything. So let's ask it to change the colors to red. Okay, it did change the colors to red.
But on the features, do you see database integration into those features?
I think so. They have user authentication, right? So I'm guessing under the hood they will try to implement the backend part as well. So let's just
click on
try this.
Prototype that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see.
All right, guys. So this will take a bit of time. Oh wait, there's some. Oh wait, Lovable also did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they also did the thinking pen, but Firebase Studio gave you an option to reiterate on the plan and then
basically review before you actually start working on it.
We're gonna cut the video and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna show what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys. Chat.
We're back.
I shouldn't say guys. Chat.
Sorry.
So we have a version in Firebase Studio. So shall we just jump into the code, or shall we just try?
I mean,
Oh,
Lovable
yeah.
is still doing its thing,
So
so
yeah.
might as well just have a look at Firebase Studio till it starts, right? You
So
wanna just use the platform and see? You're for sign up.
yeah, yeah. Sign up. Sorry, yeah,
That didn't work.
that
Did it
didn't
work?
work.
Oh, it
Oh
worked.
no, it did. It's just slow.
Maybe jumping the
But
gun.
yeah, yeah, looks kind of okay. But yeah,
Are you nervous? Are you nervous to use Firebase Studio?
okay. Sign up. Okay. Sign up
Forgot the password,
successful.
didn't you?
Forget the password in 2 seconds. Nope. Okay, let's try. Hassan.com. Let's see. Login. Oh.
Oh, got our first
Okay,
error.
we ran into our first error. Runtime error. See,
Sir,
this
video
is
is done.
definitely
Thank you.
definitely production ready.
All right, let's click on fix error. So it's gonna do it on its own.
Yeah.
Next.js Turbo Pack. The fuck is Next.js Turbo Pack?
Yeah, they're using TurboPack for local development. Next.js.
It's a new bundle.
Bundle, yeah. Okay.
Did Turbo Pack come because of Bun?
No. TurboPack is it's a bit old, but I think what do you call? RSpec used to have TurboPack as well. Like RSpec is
Yeah.
also another bundler. So in the alpha version or the beta version, they used TurboPack as the bundler instead of RSpec. So, but yeah, okay, we are logged in, and if you click here, we can open this in a new window. Let's see how it looks. So, nice loading animation. Okay, the state is not saved. Let's try logging in. Okay, this does not look half bad, right? So
Wow, this is pretty good.
yeah, this actually looks good.
Click on create a new event.
Create new event. It's super slow.
Did you maximize or?
Okay. Now we are in event title, Pazan's birthday party. Yay! Party, bring your own booze. Yeah. Let's select a random date. Yeah. Okay, event time. PM 7. Yeah, 7 p.m. 7:59, 7 p.m. Location. Location, Lighthouse. Okay, create event and get link. Okay, we got a link as well. Okay, it automatically redirected me to the dashboard, but my event is not available here.
Refresh the screen. Refresh the page.
Not here. So let's try deleting one as well. I feel like all of these are hard coded.
Is this a hard-coded website?
I wonder why.
You want to click on edit the code and see what the hell's under the hood?
Yeah, so let's try that. Okay, we got the first error from Lovable as well. Oops, it looks like our AI had a bit of a hiccup and broke the app. Sounds like an intern, but yeah. Try to fix. Guys, I'm not cheating on anyone.
Click on edit the code.
Edit the code. So for me, this is the best part of Firebase Studio, right? Like you basically have they're using VS Code in here as well. So basically, you have access to terminal and their extensions and everything. So it's basically a really familiar code editor. So yeah.
How's the look and feel? Is it like, do you feel like it's lagging? Do you feel it's slow?
It is a bit slow and it's clunky. I think I mentioned that in the beginning as well. It's very clunky and very slow. But I mean, it's better than nothing, right? I mean,
I mean,
I would.
that's what people said for Hitler. So
Yeah. Okay, we're
can't say
definitely
better than
cutting that.
nothing. Can't say better than nothing. No, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But, I mean, here's the thing, right? There were other competitors in the industry, and then of course, Firebase Studio will get traction because it's done by Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, how does it look like? Does it look like go to dashboard and see how it looks like?
Okay, dashboard page. See, and one thing I want to address is that all of these AI tools are trying to force us into using React and Next.js. So
Yeah.
none of these AI platforms have ever used Angular or Svelte or any other platform. They just straight away decides and use React and Next.js, which is, I don't know if that should be the case always, right?
And
Because
why do we think that is the case?
I feel like that's the most commonly used framework, right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
for their training data as well, for all those examples, I feel like they're more like at least 90%, 80% is like running on React and Next.js. So I feel like that's the case.
That is 100% the case. It's
Yeah.
basically, what and how you grow up, it probably has an impact on you as an adult, which is the same case for
Damn,
LLMs.
that's
How you
that's that's actually a solid example. Damn.
for, for LLMs also the same case, right? Whatever you're trained on is how they're gonna give
Man's
the
pulling
output.
out his own life experience.
PTSD kicking in.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so the thing is, majority of the developers have written code on React and TypeScript and all these things. So what happens is, when they try to train data over the internet, over data on the internet that is publicly available. Most of the use cases might have been on React. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know what goes into the training data for OpenAI or Gemini or whatever platform they're using for these stuff. So of course, Firebase Studio is Gemini, and Lovable. I actually don't know what Lovable is running on. We'll probably Google that. Yeah, they use that. Except for Meta, all the LLMs, they train their data on stolen books. And then on your Instagram data, they actually have that. They on the privacy disclaimer. I will show you that towards the end of the video.
Yeah. And
So there's no database connection here, right?
no database connection. So it's so I'm just quickly gonna run through the application. So it's pretty basic React boilerplate, right? So damn. So it basically created a whole this UI kit. See?
Click on one of these things. Click on one of these things. Where is it in Lucid React? Oh,
Lucid
they
React.
Shadcn.
So is this Chatsin?
No, wait. Lucid is a part of Lucid. Oh no, Lucid is icons, right? Oh no, that's not Shadcn. Sorry, my bad.
But for this, I don't know whether to be happy or sad, because I mean,
No, so
it's
here's the
good to
thing.
have a design kit, but do we really need to have one in this application? But
So they've used Radix, right? So Shadcn is built on top of Radix. Radix was
Radix,
the successor for, and then basically the parent of Shadcn. And Shadcn, by the way, is like the most hip trending most cool, and I have so much respect for the developer who makes it as well. The design kit, a framework, I would say, and they've used the same framework. So, funny thing on those UI elements, person, the whatever you saw was directly taken from what you call the website. So if you go into one of these things, so if you Radix UI, right now this is called the button. If you go into the website, go to Radix UI website, then you'll see the same piece of code.
Yeah, let's go and take a look.
Holy, what is this? Change the
What the hell is this?
Click on Get Started. Maybe you'll get the documentation. There you go.
Button. Let's see. Button. Okay.
And then scroll down. I have to scroll all the way down to implementation.
No, I think that for this we can just straight away use button like this,
Go
right?
all the way.
Like how we do with the design. Click resource.
Oh wait. They are using
I think-
CN.
No, I think what this is doing is this is getting a button component from Radix and
Oh no,
adding
no.
all the
So they're using ShadCN. I was right. I haven't used ShadCN in a while. Go to ShadCN. God, like, are we garbage software engineers?
yeah, actually,
What's happening? Got everything wrong in the last 5 minutes. Go to buttons.
yeah,
Scroll down. And then you should see, go to, when you click on button, there's a place called installation. Go up. Yeah, there. Manual. And then, that.
Radix,
Expand
yeah.
that. Expand that.
yeah. So
No, the second one. That's the code. So
Yeah.
they took it from here, right?
Yeah.
So they basically, I mean, not from, probably from here. I don't know whether they've written a CDN for this, but basically it's ShadCN. So built on top of ShadCN, change the colors and everything. That's pretty cool.
yeah, but
We didn't tell-
why
we
the
did it.
why? But why the? I don't know why is it
Oh, yeah.
doing that.
Okay, so why you're asking why they're doing this entire thing here without taking
Yeah.
it from ShadCN?
Yeah,
Because ShadCN doesn't provide that. That's the beauty of ShadCN.
Ah.
So this is what ShadCN gives you, right? When you install, when you can install individual components into your project, right? So when you run that, it basically creates a folder called UI, and inside that they put this, and they
put this,
use
yeah.
their other product, which is Radix.
yeah,
And instead of keeping it on the node module level, they give it
Yeah.
to this level, so you can directly edit and do whatever the hell you want with it. It's lovely.
I don't know. For me, it's and design. It's and design till the day I die.
And decide. So,
It's so easy to use.
so this did not do any backend implementation,
Yeah.
right? And
also,
Lovable is still,
by the way, Lovable is still trying to fix. It's apparently getting a build error. So, okay. Supabase. I feel like this is Supabase error, but
all right. Now we have to tell Gemini. Why do I keep calling Gemini? It is Gemini, but on Firebase Studio, let's ask it to now do the backend integration. Well, probably. I mean, I don't even know whether it can do it or not. So it'll be interesting to see.
yeah. So, no, and it's what the hell is this AI? Why do you need AI for this application?
See,
And also,
okay.
one other thing is that Firebase Studio uses Gemini 2.0 Flash, which sucks at coding, right? So that's one of the reasons why the result is a little bit clunky. Not clunky, like it sucks basically, right? Because Gemini 2.0 Flash is not good at code. But yeah.
True. I
Okay,
don't think any
we
Gemini
have-
model right now is good at coding.
Yeah, but 2.5 it's a little bit better, right?
Give or take. I mean, I think 50% ish, but not still at level of GPT 4. Sorry, Claude and GPT, I don't think it's up to that level. So we don't have a database integration, right?
No, we don't.
Can we check the auth integration? Is that legit?
I don't think so. Auth form.
Is it using any? Want to go to the package JSON and check what they're using? There's auth context.
Wait. Is it auth context?
Yeah, there's auth context.
It should be in the context, right? Auth context.
Yeah. And then there's next navigation.
It's using local storage.
Is that?
Yeah.
So go to package JSON and see if they actually installed any of the damn packages.
Why the hell do we need this?
We need to check. We need to check where they. It's to do runtime coding.
It has installed tan stack query Firebase, tan stack React query, but we don't have any backend integration in here.
Google. I'm sorry. Do all search for the Firebase part, the query Firebase query. No, you have to put the same name, \React.
No, it's only inside the package.json. The package lock. Don't need to care about that.
All right. So why don't we do this? I mean, we don't need to now check it under the hood. We can just ask the AI. So let's ask the AI. How do we go back to the AI mode?
That is Gemini. Okay.
Wait, can't we go back to the other mode that we want?
I don't know.
What about that magic one on the next to publish?
Switch to prototype. Okay. It goes back to the screen.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
They'll ask, is the auth connected to Firebase auth?
We can ask, is auth connected to Firebase auth or any kind of backend? Okay, Lovable, we are getting an error still.
So jump to Lovable. So can't we try to fix it?
Don't know what the hell is happening, honestly.
Scroll down maybe.
Shall we try connect to Supabase?
It creates an account for you, right? Oh no, you need to connect Supabase, bro.
Okay, so we connected Supabase to our Lovable project, and let's see if it
Maybe
can.
that was the problem.
Yeah.
All right, so while this is generating, we'll hop back on to Firebase Studio.
Firebase. Okay, it's up and running.
We'll do Firebase Studio first. Now it didn't do any auth or any backend integration, but Lovable did, right? So
I don't know if Lovable actually did. That's why we got the error, right?
yeah.
So
ask it to do Firebase authentication.
So I asked, so is the auth connected to Firebase auth or any kind of backend? It said no, the current authentication is simulated using local storage. There is no connection to Firebase auth or any of. Connect this to a backend without using local storage.
All right, so this is done. They even gave a name for the product, Eventify.
Yeah, this is called Event Link. This is called Eventify.
We didn't give names, by the way. They came up in these names.
But yeah, and okay, I have made several improvements to fix the Supabase client. So I think it's still not working. So we need to create some add mark. Now let's add a project name. Eventify. Let's add that.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we're going to cut from this bit and then we're going to probably figure out how to do the implementation from the Supabase to our Lovable app, and then we're going to cut to Fire Studio. Since it's quite long, we're just going to cut that piece and going to take you there. Here we go. Miller or something better.
Okay, so this is the Firebase Studio one. So apparently it has implemented the necessary backend implementation, but let's see. So
We asked for the auth, right?
yeah,
Okay, so we'll go check the auth context.
so this is the auth context using Firebase.
Okay, it implemented Firebase auth. Check .env local file. There should be a env local somewhere. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to put all these keys in order for this to work,
Whack.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you my keys. Don't put it on the video.
Yeah.
So you can just quickly. You don't need to like go create a Firebase account. So we have to go get the Firebase credentials.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Okay,
go
so
create
Firebase has that new UI as well.
branching out.
Yeah. So
Click on
let's
go
like
to console. Yeah.
console.
Event link.
Event link, yes. There.
You can ask it to create a new account so that it doesn't use your same stuff. Yeah. So when you're deleting, you can just delete everything together.
Yeah.
Should be a SG server. Alright, you can use a US one. No, it's okay. We'll use the US one because if there's any restrictions, then it's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, let's jump back to the code.
All right.
Let's say this. To complete the connection server, click on the green Supabase button at the top of the connect to your Eventify project. Once connected.
See, now this is a production ready platform.
Honestly, this connect.
I'll be honest, I was very
Okay, it connected to the.
I connected.
Supabase.
There you go.
Yeah, this is pretty cool actually.
Yo, that integration AI to Supabase integration is just seamless. It's not seamless. You have to go create.
Okay, let's try. Oh, okay, it's still the login does not work, but shall we try creating this? Person.com.
But this is sign in.
Register here.
One, two, three, four.
Register. Failed to fetch.
Failed to fetch.
Why?
Is there a console anywhere?
How the hell do we get the console? Code. We can go to code. Do you have it?
There's no console. No, that's okay. We'll just try it again, maybe.
I don't think it's working properly.
What we'll do is then once you get the error, we'll put that error back to this thing. Yeah, just copy paste that and then say that we're getting this issue. Ooh. Basically that.
Getting this error when trying to register.
Yeah. So most probably there's a mismatch between the connection and how the integration has happened. So while this is happening, let's
but
we can hop back to the
the that database connection part is like super easy.
that was smooth.
That
was good.
Yeah. So let's go to Firebase.
All right,
Continue.
Firebase is done.
Okay.
So you have to create on web app.
Why do we have Gemini everywhere? We don't need Gemini. What the fuck?
Click on
I'm about to crash out.
Click on on the top. There's a the third icon. Yeah, web event link or something.
You have Gemini every fucking man. Like Why do we need that shit?
I wonder when you click on publish if they use another Firebase project to publish this.
No, I think they're gonna use
So
our.
you
If we
need this
give
case.
our proper credential, I think okay, this part we need to cut.
No, we are going to
cut
delete
for
this anyway. So
yeah. But, okay, but
you
let's
updated
see.
the .env local file, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yo, I'm an actual developer.
Oh yeah, so my bad. No, earlier we kind of messed up everything, so
Yeah.
in self doubt.
Yeah. Okay, so we are getting auth URL configuration.
That's so cool, no? Like they send you exactly where you need to go to do your
Yeah, but
stuff.
okay, so these errors are like we understand these things, but these are very technical. So my question is, for anyone who does not understand any of these technicalities, are they able to create something and push this to production? And
No, for them, you click F, you tap on F, you try to fix it. That's all you have to do.
just
And
that,
that's what we love about Lovable.
yeah. But thing is, like, they won't know what kind of security the app is gonna have, right? So
Would they know even if a developer does it? It's not a question no one asks us, right? Hey, the app that I asked you to build, hey, is the security working in this way? Just
okay,
barely never happens.
let's see if this is gonna work properly now. .com. Sign up. Okay. Auth configuration not found. This
Because you look at Pasan just like working on a Sunday, debugging.
this is not what I wanted to do.
This is supposed to be
On a
fun.
Sunday, this is supposed to be fun. I'm about to crash out right now.
At least debugging on a Sunday, man. This is not fun.
Yeah.
All we want was to become product managers on a Sunday. It's not
But
happening.
not really though. See, it's okay.
Like, we can't touch the code. That's cheating. So we still have to keep prompting. That's the whole point of this. Okay, you know what? Do you want do you want to put on the developer hat and then read the error before we fix it?
No, that's the thing, right? Like, if I were to build this from scratch, this wouldn't have happened, right? And I would know how to fix this shit. But right now, this is the whole point of this platform, right? Like, you don't need to jump into the code and the AI is going to do this for you and going to deploy it to production. But that's so not the case here, and I want to punch my freaking monitor right now.
But here's the thing: would you be able to like write code for all that elements and UI and all that stuff under like what 10-20 minutes of how it generated?
Yeah.
So the value proposition for UI is there still.
Yeah, it's for UI. Yeah, absolutely. I agree that this is solely for this prototyping, right? Like, if you want to get a POC up and running, you can totally use this to like generate a nice UI and show people how, okay, this is what it's gonna look like. This is how the user flow is gonna work, how the authentication works. But if you actually want to implement your business logic into this and your backend and security into this, it's gonna
Call us.
call us. Yes, please, guys. We will put our contact details on the link. Yeah.
Expertise are for 48 years of experience. But man, I don't think I'll be coding for 48 years.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
yeah.
If you code it for 40 years, that means you'll code until you're 70 years old. Do you really want to do that?
Probably. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. Okay, so on Google's end, nothing happened, is it?
Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay.
I've given up.
Okay. So let's do a no. Don't go to the core. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so that's it, right? So that's it.
No,
So
wait. Yeah.
that's it.
No, it's not it. Go back to the prototyping tool.
Okay.
Okay. So click on now. Get the error again. I mean, you won't get the error. Will you get the error again?
I'll get the UI now.
Oh, you know what? When you sign up, okay, sign up.
Yeah.
Just add the details. Okay, click on the issue. Click on the issue. Yeah, there.
I feel like this is a very simple error, but AI, I feel like AI is gaslighting itself.
No, it works on my computer.
It works on my computer. You can just fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's working on my laptop. What do you mean? Click on build on the left side menu. Click on authentication. Click on get started. I don't think we have initialized it. We didn't initialize this. Okay. Guys, it's not the AI, it's us. I mean, makes sense. No change makes sense.
We suck.
Okay, no, actually, Lovable told us where to go on
Yeah,
Supabase,
that's
right?
very true. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we need to now do the initialization on that. Just click on email password, click on anonymous, click on Google.
Okay, if this works, I'm gonna cry.
Sign up. Okay, go back to Firebase. Yeah, refresh this. There we go. We are garbage developers, bro.
Yes. We suck.
Ugh.
But but the thing is, it should have told us to do this from the beginning, right? Or at least it should have
It's making you
done it
better,
itself.
It's not giving you everything. You have to
Okay,
sometimes
so
learn on your own.
here's the thing, right? We knew what to do because we are developers.
Yeah, exactly.
So someone who's not a developer, but apparently we didn't figure out at first. Like
I actually didn't have my developer hat on. I was just I'm just another person. I'm just trying to use these platforms and see if there's actual throughput.
Okay, we are gonna put throughput counters in here, and
throughput matters.
Okay, let's try this. Login failed, email not confirmed. There's a.
Oh, what?
Hey, do we actually have to do that?
Oh, no, I mean, on this Firebase also you can do that.
No, we can do that, but this already did it, right? Without the
just go to auth on this on the left, not user.
See the database, it works.
Yeah. Waiting for verification. I think from your email. Just check your email. Okay, so we got the email.
No, the URL is broken. It's
redirects
to localhost. Yes. So yeah, see guys, the URL is broken. So it's localhost.
All right, so it navigates you to localhost, which is fun. Can we do without email verification?
Can we do the?
Meanwhile, that's happening. We're gonna jump back to
Firebase
Studio.
Jump into this. Okay, let's
so
delete these things.
We still didn't tell them to connect those to the backend, right?
So
we only did the Firebase auth. Yeah. So now you have to tell that since we implemented Firebase into this project, link all the events to Firebase Firestore. All right, we're gonna cut and we're gonna come back, show what the result was. Easy.
Yes.
All right, guys, we are back and we fixed the Supabase thing where you don't need to do, the user does not need to do any email verification.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go
and
give
register
again. Yeah.
Still, register. User already registered. Okay. Let's remove this user. I can't
Delete it.
really.
That should,
Why? Well, let's create another. All is the easiest way.
all right. We are
Okay.
in. Yeah, let's just put it on the big screen.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. It's loading up. Look
It is the same
proper.
stuff. Person one, no?
Okay, we are here.
All right. So this looks more clear. Like it looks cleaner.
Cleaner. Because, it does not have all the, what do you call? Okay, this doesn't work at the moment, but yeah. Let's try creating an event.
This is much more in detail.
But there. Boost event location, White House, of course. Social gathering, no. Yes, social gathering. Start time. This looks nice.
Yeah, compared to Firebase Studio did.
Yeah.
Then again,
Registration
this
deadline.
is Lovable have been working on their product for a while now. So Firebase Studio
yeah.
just recently got released.
Oh, it says fail to create event.
Right.
Shall we? No, let's not do that. Why
Yeah,
will I
don't
do that?
Don't do that. Supposed to do this.
Now let's try the same thing here. Oh. It
No, maybe you'll
says
get a proper error, which we can do to like fix error or something. Just do not here. Should do it here and then check it out. Are we done?
Are we done? Yes.
We are done. Okay.
We are
That's the
done.
cutoff. But Lovable
Yeah.
did a great job though.
Great job, yeah.
And
Great job.
I'm so sure that it's gonna fix whatever this is once we pay for it. And I mean the whole point of today is that how far we can get with the current tier that we have registered on.
Yep. And let's try Firebase Studio one last time.
All right, so they're done with that stuff. Let's see how that works.
Yeah. A party.
BYOB.
BYOB, yep.
So you need to switch on noise cancelling.
I did. Let me.
Just getting
Chungpa, guys.
getting serenaded by
Chungpa.
Chungpa.
It shouldn't take this long to create an event, right?
Let's see. All right. So there's another thing that we need to do. So click on build.
Yeah.
Click on Firestore. Firestore database. Firebase database, whatever. So we need to initialize this as well, which we did not.
Yeah.
Speed is going great. Just keep default. Keep everything default. Just pushing next. Test mode. Test mode.
Yeah. Definitely not production.
Yeah. So if you when you do test mode, it basically gives like full access to. So there's a thing called Firebase rules or database rules. So you put database rules in order to have security, and then all the rules are just enabled. Like basically, the database is open.
Okay.
All right, that's good. So it's probably that. Just click on do that again. Check. I think the rules should be open without issues.
Do we need to create a collection? No, right? It should.
So the thing is that
let's ask.
I mean, you can't fix the error. So if it depends on how the code is written. If it's doing insert, it will create the path and insert the this thing,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But it depends on how they write the piece of code in order to create that event, basic
Because
database event.
I haven't used Firebase in a while, but as far as I know from Firebase, if you don't have that particular collection, it will create one when you're doing the actual
It does that.
insert, right?
The only difference is when you're like, if you want to update and if you call it set, like if you, there's a thing called set, and if you call it set, and basically if there is no path, it creates one. If there is a path, it updates that. So Firebase is pretty flexible in that way. But yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
but
I think it's fair enough for us to evaluate from what is built right now, because Lovable also is done like it can't create events because it cannot connect to the database because we ran out of the quota.
credits,
And
yeah.
we can keep even Firebase Studio also. And maybe, just wrap this video up here and just tell people that, yeah, you can build your POCs using these tools 100%. And it's pretty as well. It's beautiful. It does its job, comes up with really good names. And
Naming, that's always a hassle, right? When you're actually building a product. That's one
so
of the
what's
main
the verdict?
things.
What's the verdict?
So the
Firebase Studio
verdict,
versus Lovable.
but I'm happy that I shouldn't say happy, but are software engineers cooked? No, I don't think so. But these are really good products, right? Lovable especially. Like you can definitely use it to create POCs and MVPs. I wouldn't say MVPs, but yeah, like prototyping, obviously. But compared to Firebase Studio and if you compare Firebase Studio to Lovable definitely wins, right? Because it's a more mature product and has way more integration. Like the Supabase connection, that was mind blowing, right? Even if we were to do it manually, it takes way more time and like you have to go back and forth. Yeah.
But here's the thing: you can't say Lovable is matured and then Firebase Studio. No, Firebase Studio originates from Firebase, the Google's Firebase team, which has their own authentication. They have a platform as a service. They have all of that. And while they have all of that, they still can't build a product which does what Lovable does.
Yeah. So how Firebase Studio started is that Google introduced a new project called Project IDX last year. So that ended up being the Firebase Studio, right? So what they wanted to do was with Project IDX was to create this whole web-based platform where developers can straight away jump in and have their development environments set up. Basically like Docker for development, right? For developers. So basically you have this container which runs everything, your application for development, and you have preview environment. So that's where the idea originated from. So they turned that into Firebase Studio with AI, obviously. So they anyways have to slap Gemini into everything. But yeah, I mean, I crashed out a bit when I saw that freaking Gemini inside of Firebase. Like, why do I need to have Gemini inside Firebase? But still, yeah. So that's how Firebase Studio came to life. It originated from the Project IDX. So that's for anyone who didn't know how it came to life. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so when IDX came out, I actually joined the waiting list, and then they gave me access, and then I was able to have a look at it. Same as this. Now they have, like you said, slapped Gemini onto it. I mean, I generally look at products in a different perspective, because given that Google has a vast amount of resources given to them, and where Lovable have to go and separately have a partnership with Supabase in order to build that integration. I just don't understand why Firebase Studio couldn't do that. I honestly couldn't understand why that AI is not intelligent enough to redirect us to relevant places. But then again, it did a good job. Not that it didn't, but we had to do a bit of manual work where we went to Firebase, and we generated the keys, we generated initialized the project, and so on, so on. Where Supabase just does all of that on its own and with Lovable connected, and the experience, I would say, Lovable, you don't need a developer at all.
Definitely. At least not for a POC.
Yeah, not for POC. So Firebase Studio still for POC, you need some. I mean, you can have it without backend integrations, of course. So
Local
yeah, both
storage for the
platforms.
rescue.
Yeah. So both platforms, POC wise, yeah, that's pretty good. It does a good job. But for me, I think Lovable is just a huge win, and kind of disappointed on Google's product, to be honest, because it's Google.
It's yeah. You beat me by 1 second. It's freaking Google, right? And
Yeah.
it's also funny to see. So Firebase Studio it's a Google product, right? So when we asked Firebase Studio to build this app, it it used React and Next.js. Why the hell it didn't use Angular, which is its own, like Google is the Angular company, right? Like they are the ones who are building Angular. Like it's yeah. I mean, those are really interesting to see. But
I mean,
and also regarding
yeah.
Supabase, I with all this Lovable and these kind of platforms, Supabase is also riding the wave, right? Because not just Lovable, like B0, Replit, all these platforms are using Supabase as the default database, like the backend solution, right? So I think
Yeah.
they are also winning in this space, I guess.
It's basically big big corporations versus everyone else at this point, because big corporations just gatekeeping money and resources and not even building what they're supposed to build with that money. I mean, they didn't come into the money out of thin air. They didn't fucking pluck it from anywhere, right? It's the people's money. People spend that money on the company. They made it. They invested in right persons. Of course, they made their own money. But holy shit, bro, build something that has fucking value,
But
right?
yeah, honestly.
Sorry, I'm just ranting a bit. But yeah, it's just if products like Lovable and all they come up, I'm 100% with them. I hate the fact that people with money don't do anything about the current world or how the products come out, and it sucks. It sucks. It's just I don't know. We just need more sensible people to build products that we can actually grow with, and as a civilization.
Don't build products just for the sake of building products, right? Like you need to put love into them and actually think if it's useful or not. Right?
Yeah. But you can build whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Of course, like, we are not saying no, but it's at one point it starts getting annoying when like, hey
Yeah,
man,
like
you have all the
it's
resources.
like getting all these JavaScript frameworks. Like every
Yeah.
other week, we are getting a new JavaScript framework. Like why?
It's about the throughput. It's about the
The
throughput
throughput
counter.
counter. The
But
throughput counter.
but it is right. Like if you don't have an actual value out of that product, then why are we using it? Of course, we can use it as a tool for few things, but end of the day, we have to work with tools that has actual throughput, actual value, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean that's it, guys. I think that's what we all have.
Yeah.
We ranted a bit. We compared to platforms which you can do build POCs on. We ranted about the industry a bit, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. And please, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and comment on our videos so we can get back to you guys with answers, hopefully. So yeah.
All right.
Okay. So awkward silence for 2 minutes, and then we're gonna cut the video.
We're going to end this here. All right. See you guys.
See you guys.